Hello, 7th graders. Today we're going to be learning area of a circle. Now imagine we have a circle, like this one here, that we fold in half, and then half again, and then half again. We now would have 8 pieces of a circle. Now if we fit those 8 sections together, like shown in the picture, it looks like a parallelogram. Now the parts of a parallelogram relate to the parts of a circle. Notice the base, this distance here, is like half the circumference, or we know the circumference is pi d, so this would be pi r, because radius is half of the circumference. Now also notice the height, this distance here, is the same as the radius of a circle, or r. To find the area of a parallelogram, we know the equation is area equals base times height. So if we're finding the area of a circle, we can substitute pi r for base and r for height. So the area of a circle is going to be pi r squared. All right, as we said on the previous page, the area of a circle is pi r squared. This is the main point today. I want you to highlight it, star it, whatever's going to make it stand out in your notes, and we're going to practice finding the area. So in example 1, it says find the area and r equals 2. The radius is 2. What we're going to do is we're going to set up our formula, pi r squared. I know radius is 2, and I'm going to use 3.14 for pi. So we're going to say 3.14 times 2 squared. Now we all know the order of operations. It goes parentheses and then exponent. This exponent is only on the 2. So that means only the 2 multiplies by itself. So this equals 3.14 times 2 times 2. All right, if we enter that into our calculators, we get 12.56, 12 and 56 hundredths. All right, and if we had a unit, it would be unit squared because it's area. All right, notice example 2 just gives us the diameter. Now we know the diameter is the distance across the circle. The radius is halfway across the circle. So if the diameter is 8, the radius would be 4. All right, now I have r, so now I can plug in r to my formula. So we're going to do 3.14 times 4 squared, or times 4 times 4. All right, if we type that into our calculators, we get 50.24, 50 and 24 hundredths. Again, that would be units squared. All right, I want you to pause the video quick and try this last one on your own. And after you play it back, I will give you the answer. All right, so the radius is 10. That means we plug in 10. 3.14 times 10 times 10. It's going to be 314 units squared. All right, here's that formula again. Area equals pi r squared. That is the main point of today. Hopefully that's what we can remember. All right, next example is a word problem. A biscuit recipe calls for the dough to be rolled out and circles to be cut from the dough. The biscuit cutter has a radius of 4 centimeters. Find the area of the top of the biscuit once it is cut. Use 3.14 for pi. Okay, so really the only information I need here is that the radius is 4, and I'm finding the area. So I know area equals pi r squared. We're going to use 3.14 for pi, and then the radius is 4, so we have times 4 times 4. If we type that into our calculators, we get 50.24, 50 and 24 hundredths. And now we have a unit, so that would be centimeters squared. All right, I want you to pause the video again and try number 4 down here on your own. And then when you play it back, we'll go over the answer. All right, a circular pool has a radius of 10 feet. Key info, r equals 10. What is the area of the surface of the water in the pool? So we're going to set up area equals 3.14, or pi, times the radius squared. So times radius times radius. This example was on our last page too. The area is 314 feet squared. All right, we're going to do a couple more practice problems together just so that you really get the feel of area, especially since I'm not here today. And then you're actually going to submit your notes and the IXL skill for today. So you're going to submit these. When you're done with this, you're going to go practice IXL, and then you'll submit that as well. All right, so number 1, 2, and 3. 1 gives us the diameter. If the diameter is 14, we know the diameter is the distance across the circle, so halfway across the circle, the radius would be 7. Now we plug in. I know area is pi r squared. We're going to use 3.14 for pi times 7 times 7. If we plug that into our calculators, we get 153.86. 153 and 86 hundredths. That should be meters squared. All right, so this next one gives us the radius, so we can just plug 12 in. 3.14 times 12 times 12. Enter that into your calculators, and you get 452 and 16 hundredths, and this is millimeters squared. All right, try this one on your own. I want you to pause the video. When you play it back, I'll give you the answer. All right, if the diameter is 20, that means the radius is 10. Yes, we already solved for radius 10. 3.14 times 10 times 10 is going to be 314 yards squared. All right, we're going to do a couple more problems together. Number 4, a clock face has a radius of 8 inches. What is the area of the clock face? The only info we need here is that the radius is 8, and we're finding the area. So I'm going to use the same formula. 3.14 times 8 times 8. If we plug that into our calculators, we get 296 hundredths, and that was inches squared. All right, we're going to do number 5, and then you'll try 6 on your own, and then we'll be done. Number 5, a DVD has a diameter of 12 centimeters. Diameter of 12 means that the radius is 6. So we're going to set up 3.14 times 6 times 6. If we enter that into our calculators, we get 113 and 4 hundredths, and that was centimeters squared. All right, I want you to try number 6 on your own. Pause the video. When you play it back, I'll give you the answer. All right, a company makes steel lids that have a diameter of 13 inches. If the diameter is 13, that means the radius is 6.5. Yes, you had to use a decimal in this one. So to find the area, we're going to do 3.14 times 6.5 times 6.5. If you enter that into your calculators, you should get 132.665. We're going to round to 7, and that was inches squared. All right, guys, that's it for your notes today. Hopefully you got the takeaway that area is pi r squared, and you are ready to practice it with your IXL now.